Have you ever noticed anything interesting about dogs and boundaries? So, when they're tired, they lie down. If they're overstimulated, they move away. And they make it clear sometimes that they don't want to be touched. They just need that time out. So, they don't apologize for needing any of these things, any of these boundaries. So, us humans, on the other hand, we often struggle, don't we, enormously with boundaries. So, today, I want to explore what dogs instinctively understand about boundaries and what many of us have never really learnt. Many of the women I've worked with over the years, intelligent, deeply empathetic women, often tell me the same thing. They find it incredibly difficult to say no. They take responsibility for people's feelings. They keep the peace and they try not to upset anybody. And over time, they become emotionally exhausted. From the outside, they look really strong and capable, but inside, they're carrying far more than anybody realizes, even themselves. Very often, this pattern happens early in life. So, if you grew up in an environment where emotions were unpredictable, where conflict felt unsafe, or where you learned that keeping people happy is the safest option, then you became very, very skilled at reading the needs of other people. And over time, in adulthood, you became empathetic, aware, and accommodating, people pleasing, just to feel safe. So, very often, what gets lost in the process is your own boundaries. So, instead of asking, what do I need right now? You ask, what will keep things calm and safe? And over time, that can lead to people pleasing, emotional burnout, and a feeling that your needs are somehow they matter less. This is something I understand deeply, both personally and professionally. I spent many years working at Women's Aid, supporting women through trauma and difficult relationships. And a pattern I saw again and again was how many strong, capable women had learnt to override their own signals. So we ignore exhaustion, we suppress discomfort, and we often feel responsible for everybody else's emotional welfare. So we have an ability to care for others that's remarkable, but often it comes at the cost of caring for ourselves. I wonder how many of you can relate to that. Dogs quietly demonstrate something incredibly wise. They have very clear boundaries. As I said before, if it becomes overwhelmed, it moves away. If it needs rest, it sleeps. And if it feels uncomfortable in any way, it communicates that you know about that. There's no guilt, no apology, no internal debate about whether it should be more accommodating to please you. So they instinctively respond to what their body and nervous system needs. But as I say, we often override these same signals. We push through the exhaustion and we really tolerate things, don't we, that don't feel right. We often apologise for needing space. But boundaries are not selfish. They're one of the ways we maintain emotional health and safety. And that is so important. Sometimes the quiet wisdom of dogs shows us simply this. You're allowed to step back when something feels too much. You're allowed to rest when you're tired. You're allowed to protect your energy. So, healthy boundaries don't make you less kind or caring. They just make your kindness sustainable without burning you out. When we slow down and watch how dogs move through the world, they often demonstrate resilience, presence, and self respect in ways that we often forget or don't think that we deserve. So, on this channel, I'll be exploring more about emotional safety, resilience, boundaries, and self trust, along with the quiet lessons our dogs are showing us every day along the way.